and nobody's in charge. No ant gives instructions to another. There are no bureaucrats. There's no foreman giving orders. There are no managers. So each ant only responds to the other ants right around it, and yet the whole colony works really well.
How? How does this happen? Because you are doing research in the mechanics of this great knowledge to self-organization.
Well, that's the problem that really interests me about ants. How is it that when no ant knows what they're doing, and each ant only responds to the other ants around it, the whole colony can work so well and can respond in a flexible way to a changing world? How the colony does it is to build up on many simple local interactions. So each ant uses only the rate at which it meets other ants to decide what to do. And when I talk about an ant meeting another ant, really it's a contact based on smell. When one ant meets another ant and touches it with its antennae, it's smelling the other ant. Ants smell with their antennae, so when they have an antennal contact, then one ant is smelling the other. And because each ant is covered with chemicals on its body that carry a certain odor, then when one ant touches antennae with another, it can tell if the other ant belongs to the same nest and what task it's been doing. And all of these small interactions add up to a network, and it's that changing network that determines what the colony does.
There must be a painstakingly job to really try to see how the patterns of the ants are coming out.
Well, to understand how it works, we do different things. One is to understand what is the pattern of the whole colony. They do different tasks at different times of day, and when the conditions change, like the weather, they change how many ants are out collecting food and how many ants are taking care of the nest. So we need to understand the pattern of the whole colony, and then we want to understand how do the interactions of the ants build up to produce that pattern of the whole colony.
And what does that mean, for example, to tagging each ant for knowing the patterns? How do you tag the ants' ways?
Well, all ants look alike, and so really the only way to decide which ant is which is to mark them. And for the harvester ants that I work with in Arizona, we mark them with colored paint. And if you have, say, 6 colors, and you put a different color on each section of the ant, an ant, like all insects, comes in 3 sections: a head, a thorax, and an abdomen. So if you give each section a different color, that's 256 individual ants right there.
Oh.
So it takes a lot of patience and steady hands, but usually we have a group of students working together, which makes it more fun.
And then you analyze all these patterns.
Yes, then we try to see how does the experience of each ant add up to create the behavior of the colony.
En el poema Hermano Sol, Carlos Pellicer se asomaba a la maravillosa organización de las hormigas en una hermosa metáfora. Pellicer le dice al sol: si en la última piedra nos sentamos, verás cómo caminan las hileras y las hormigas de tu luz raseras moverán prodigiosos miligramos.